let's see here. Okay. It's 5:43, correct?
5:23.
5:23. I'm a little foggy tonight. Board of Appeals hearing for November 7th, 2024 is in order. We are going back to old business for case 523. Please give us an update.
Tim Borsier, City Hall, 711 Pennington Avenue, Director of Planning. I don't necessarily want to revisit this case specifically. I guess I just wanted to give an update, and then I have a request from all of you. So if you remember, Zellman Funeral Home was down in the center. They moved up to the commercial district on 40, where they're at now. They required a conditional use approval for that. So when we'd put all the conditions together, everything seemed okay. And then the renovations took about 18 months. When it came to finish, the condition number 2 hadn't been met yet. There was no landscaping plan done. And the planning department was notified that we can't make that condition, or that condition wasn't valid, or it wasn't enforceable. I'm not exactly sure of the language. So not in any intention to beat up on this case specifically, but I think it would be good if we had an independent attorney take a look at and give us some guidance on what conditions are valid and enforceable and what aren't. Because we would hate to give you all bad information in a staff report and then, you know, potentially get into something where it's not enforceable. So as you all maybe know, there's a couple newer people up here. 2 years ago, we had a hearing examiner for a case. We haven't had a hearing examiner since, and it's not often that we need one, but there's always money in the budget for it. Under state law, Board of Appeals has the opportunity to request experts and that sort of thing. So I thought it'd be good use, if all of you are up for it, to just have them review this case generally, because it's the one that it came up in, and if we can just maybe get some independent guidance from somebody that deals with land use and zoning issues to say, hey, you know, these are conditions that are valid. This is the process, and that way we're always on the same page. So we're treating people fairly and not getting any city into any issues down the road.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea. Yeah, if we could have some parameters of what's you know, of what we can do and what we can't, because you know sometimes we are, you know, we're just up here trying to come up with the best solution for the request, and you know, we always think we're inside the guidelines of what's reasonable, but you know.
Yeah, and you never know. I mean, like, I think, you know, probably most of what we do is fine. There hasn't been a problem yet, but just didn't want anything to creep up in the future.
Well, I know Paul Ishak used to meet with us,
Yeah, okay.
go over with stuff. I would appreciate that kind of review with the attorneys,
Great.
because that made it clear to me, and maybe we need a refresher on more of that.
Yeah, I know that our city attorney's super busy, and she generally hasn't came to these unless there's a serious issue, but maybe a recommendation I can make to the administration is that, you know, there is somebody available for Board of Appeals and Planning Commission, because nobody is there either unless there's a situation. So we sort of send out staff reports, and they kind of get around, and if we have like something that we know is a complicated issue, then, you know, we'll send it to her and try to get in the queue and see if we can get some good advice. But, you know, she's just one person and there's a whole city, so.
Right.
But I will make that recommendation that
Even
maybe.
if it's outside counsel, I'm
Yeah.
not opposed to that. I would love the knowledge to make sure we're doing things right.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Would you mind all taking a vote on it, just so I can, if you guys are okay with it, you can make the motion however you want, and it be informal. I just, you know, want to make sure that I have something I can take forward to.
I make
Okay.
a motion that we seek counsel to help us better understand our roles and positions within the Board of Appeals.
Do we? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I appreciate that. Thank you for your
Okay.
time.
Thank you.
Yep. Sorry? Hey, yeah, I hear you. All right, now off to the Ravens game. Go Ravens.
We have
Meetings.
on
Yeah,
old
we gotta
business.
go over the rules and.
Yes, that was whole business.
There was a bullet D.
Item, the Yes,
Rules and procedures.
rules and procedures, thank you.
Just have you guys had a chance to look at what we put up as a draft? Were there any comments? And I think,
Yeah, the only thing I do have is the written report thing. Who's responsible for doing the written report?
you mean the staff reports we provide you or after?
Vote is taken regarding a matter. The board shall prepare a written opinion in accordance with these rules and the city code.
Yeah, we've been writing that letter and letting people know, and it's really just the conditions that you put in. We say, you had to vote one way or the other, and if it's approved and there were conditions, then we let them know what the conditions are and we sign it. Maybe it makes sense that the chair signs that. I don't know. I mean, that's just been the procedure that I took over from Shane, but we can modify that however all of you think's best.
I don't think we need to write it and sign it. I mean, if and maybe that would be a question for the city attorney when we speak with.
Because right now it says the board shall prepare.
Yeah.
Yeah,
However that is, we'll do whatever it is, but it is nicer, and the process seems to be pretty smooth right now with you guys doing it. So
Yeah,
it would be-
I think it's fine the way that we're doing it, but yeah, this could be one of those things where legally it's supposed to, we would write
Right.
the letter, but maybe, you sign it, Bill. I don't know, but that may be a good question for an attorney.
Okay.
So let's,
Question number one.
yeah, so let's hold off then on voting in the rules and procedures till we have an answer on some of those things.
Sounds
Okay.
good.
Yep.
I mean, everything else sounds fine.
Okay.
I didn't save any conflicts or anything.
Okay.
It's just that I know the whole time I've been here, we've never done that.
Yeah,
And I'm going, ooh,
uh-oh. Good. Okay, we'll get some clarification on that, and we'll just sort of leave this on old
Okay.
business until we come around. I think we've been operating fine. And there are currently, my understanding, there's currently adopted rules and procedures, so it's not like we're
Right.
not operating the way that we're supposed to operate. So I think we're okay, but I'll look into that.
All right.
All
Thanks,
right.
Tim.
so our next meeting will have an answer.
Yeah, hopefully,
Or the meeting after
yeah,
that.
hopefully we don't have one for December,
December
so
would be nice.
we can enjoy the holiday. Okay, we might have a couple.
Excellent. We love this.
All right, we're shooting for January, so we can have a long hangover.
All right. The Board of Appeals hearing for November 7th is adjourned. Thank you. 15 minutes. It's closed.